And then Vega is also super force hungry, which is interesting. But Vega's hard for me to describe because on paper he looks super bad to me. He's not bad. It's just on paper I have trouble with him. And then Viper is
I feel that,
boost
and
hungry.
it's
Yeah.
one of the most fascinating experiences I've had with this game is playing my buddy Sean, who he's only seen set 3 through me, and he's only played Vega. And he attached himself to Vega immediately. He doesn't have any preconceived notions of the greater exceed. Like when I try a new game and I like it, I immediately like look for guides, look for extraneous information. You know, I read the speed table thing that was really helpful and all that stuff. And so like that's the way I like try to absorb a game. He just goes, "Oh, this game's cool," and he plays like super in the moment. And he is so impossible to read. I have no idea what is coming out of his hand because I don't know what he thinks is good, and he doesn't know the speed table.
Right.
Which drives me crazy because he makes the most absurd, unsafe plays, and I get annihilated.
Yeah.
And I've lost to him like I think I beat him once in the like him learning to play, and then now I can't beat him by like stupid margins, and it's driving me insane. I even tried to use Super Dial. I was just like, I'm just gonna abuse Dial, and now I died in like 7 hits, and was like,
Oh my goodness.
what the hell?
Yeah. So that sounds a lot like Reggie actually, because Reggie doesn't. So I don't know if you've played against him, but Reggie is a player who doesn't respect his opponent's options in the slightest. So he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna play this. So, and we joke, but it's true. His favorite card is Spike, because Spike is never safe. Like, unless you've got a bunch of speed bonuses, Spike is never safe. But when it wins super hard. And that is a characteristic of mid-speed attacks. So if you're getting frustrated by that whole dynamic that you're describing, the answer is to defend on curve. This is actually Blue's rallying cry, I think, because defending on curve means that you filter out the really dumb mid-speeds that are super punishing, like dive, spinning back knuckle, like 3/4 of Vega's kit, and a lot of other stuff. Like, if you defend on curve. If you defend on curve and you get swatted, slapped by a bigger attack, or by a faster attack, usually that means you're taking less damage than if you lose to a mid-speed attack. So if you always play focus and sweep on defense and block, and you never play dive, assault, cross, grasp on defense, then you become predictable and you become easy to punish. I think... So for Lucia, I mostly played the curve, right? I mostly played, like, here, let's talk about the fast things and the threats. The one mix-up that she really has that matters is Firefly Gunner. This is the mix-up card. It's the one card she has that is a mix-up card. Because it's the card that says, oh, like, you decided to play sweep at range 3 on defense, you get annihilated. Just like Spike. It's her Spike. Like, this is the same shape. And... other than that, she can reliably play fast things that are above curve all the time, or on curve at worst. But this is the one mix-up card, and I mostly didn't play it for that value in this game. So I think this game was very much a game about the speed curve, and looking at threats, and looking at what ranges you move to, and what ranges things house at. If you've played any Season 1, that's also like a very big... Like, Season 1 is the footsie season. It's very much about, like, oh... every character has their big dumb threats that you check the references and you go, oh, this is unbeatable at this range. So you watch for when they're moving to that range and you either parry it or you set up to bait it or you move out of that range in a hurry.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I also don't want to give the... And you're not giving the impression of Reggie's skill, but like Sean's a good card game player. It's just it baffles me that he doesn't even look at the card reference for my moves or anything. He just like he's so confident in all of his plays, and then I get hit by that like really tiny. Veda's got that it's that special that you never want to play. It's got retrieve on it.
Sky High, or no, Bloody High, Bloody High. Right? Let me
Bloody High is an ultra. I think it's
Oh.
Sky High.
It's the 143 that's actually not that. It's okay, it is Sky High. Yeah, this one I never want to play ever.
Yeah. I
Yeah, but when it hits you, it deals 8. So
sure.
it's
Yeah,
spite.
it's
Yeah.
Spike. It's hilarious. It's just too funny.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But yeah, the answer to that is defend on curve.
He also like that's the other thing too, and like again, what's funny is like I know we call what he's doing like scrub exceed, not really as an insult, but
I don't call it that.
Okay, low, well, sure.
I
but,
call it disrespect.
Disrespect.
call
Okay.
it disrespect.
The point I'm trying to make is like he a lot of people when they play Vega, they tend to use his ult boosts because they're incredible.
Yeah, that's one viable line of play.
Right, and my buddy like gets more enjoy than anything out of landing those ults.
Playing them is also
And
really good.
Yeah, I eat them all the time, and it's like he never seems to consider ever like playing Claw. When I look at that, I'm like, I just want to get Claw and play and do horrible things.
Yeah.
And so I think of how I would play Vega when I'm playing him, which is not what I should be doing, but that's my frame of reference to the game.
That makes
So
sense. Yeah.
that's
I like destroying players who only play by the speed curve. My friend Milk, if he's still around, like he plays by the speed curve. It is set in stone in his heart that it is like, okay, he plays the thing that's above curve if he can. If he's on defense, he's okay playing below curve. But like he's finally started to play mid speeds on offense. Hi Milk. But yeah, like the last few games, I remember there was a game where he struck and we revealed, and I was like, you played a thing that was below curve. He's like, I did, and it was the right thing. And it was really fun to see. But yeah, that's a totally legitimate playstyle, is to like look at the curve and play live and die by the curve. But players who don't respect it will crush you, because on defense you're playing things that are notably below curve. You're playing defensive things. You're playing block focus sweep and similar shapes, and they're playing things that are spikes. And turns out spike obliterates slow things. But no, I totally understand, and I don't think it's a matter of scrub play. I call it disrespect in a way that's facetious. I'm hoping people understand that I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that as like, they are not afraid of you. They do not care what your options are. They're going to play their stuff, and if you beat it, fine. And if you don't beat it, great too. So that's what I mean when I say disrespect. I have a friend who, he's awesome. He's a hilarious player because he's very intuitive. He's not at all mechanical. And what I mean by that is he doesn't really know how to play Exceed or BattleCon. But we have played many games of Exceed and BattleCon. He picks up his hands, and he's like, and he never mulligans. He's just like, yeah, okay, this is my hands, and he plays things. And he has roughly a 50% win rate against me across both BattleCon and Exceed, because he's like, okay, we're in this position, and he's Lucia. All right, he plays dive. Like, it's slow, it's unsafe, but if I play a sweep or a focus, it stuffs me. And he plays without fear. So like, he'll often reveal an attack and be like, so how does this work? Like, what does this do? But it's still a good attack. Like, it's still the right move, even if, well, okay, in fairness, nobody parses talent sweep correctly, so that's a bad example. But yeah, my point is that, like, I don't think Scrub makes it sound like they're playing at random. I think playing by intuition is perfectly valid.